Hey, everybody, welcome to the podcast. Today, I had the pleasure of interviewing Maureen Cage from Rich Interiors. So, she is a home stager and interior decorator and designer that's been working in Waterloo Region for almost 20 years. We had a really awesome conversation about the types of projects that she can take on and the types of customers that she's looking for right now. Again, I highly recommend that you listen to this. And if you are needing someone like Maureen to help out with anything that you need in your home, whether you're putting your home on market and need to have it staged, or if you're looking at some major changes, to the decor, the design of your home, Maureen is definitely someone that I would recommend. Enjoy. So, welcome, Maureen Cage, to the podcast. I'm really excited to have you here. We've known each other for a little while, but a lot of the people that are either watching this on YouTube or listening to it through their favorite podcatcher might not know as much about you. So I'm just kind of curious if maybe you can just tell us a little bit about who you are, what you do, and why I might want to interview you and spread the word about sort of how awesome you are in Waterloo Region.
Sure. So thanks for having me. My business is Rich Interiors, and I've been in the design industry for 19 years now. I've started and worked at everything from mixing paint in a paint store to selling furniture at a high-end furniture retailer. So I've really got my feet into a lot of different areas of design. Um, my first home was actually my inspiration to start out my business. I bought my first semi in 2005
Yeah.
and pretty much renovated the whole thing on my own. And I loved the whole process. And that really got me motivated to start my business so I could help others to do the same and see the potential in their house.
Nice. So it sounds like you have a pretty extensive background in not only like design and, like you mentioned, your experience in paint store and all that, but so you went through, I guess it was a flip project, or you just were renovating your home for your own enjoyment and you discovered how much you enjoyed it and how good you were at it.
I did. I really was doing it primarily for myself. But it really was a great learning experience. And like I said, I enjoyed the whole process and I really wanted to help others, women especially,
Okay.
to tackle projects as well.
Okay, so I know you primarily as like a home stager because as a realtor myself, I know that we've worked together on a bunch of mutual clients, homes and that. But so you do interior decorating and home staging. Or can you just maybe dive a little bit more deeply on the types of projects that you've helped with and maybe what
Sure.
you're focusing on right now?
Sure. So I also work with realtors such as yourself that want to help their clients to kind of maximize the return on their biggest investment, being their house.
Yeah.
And I work with a lot of occupied homeowners, homes, so that we can, utilize some of the furnishings they may have, bring in some accessories and art, and really make those photos impactful for people walking through the door. And I really enjoy that part of my business as well.
I can imagine, and I know firsthand, I've seen, what a difference, someone with your skill brings to the table because you have to think about, presentation and through your skilled set of eyes. Again, it's really valuable, I find, on that side. Now, what about the interior design and the decorating and stuff? So, how do you normally help, clients with stuff like that?
So we start with an initial design consultation if it's something that they're planning to do in their own home. And I ask a lot of questions to get specific on what my clients' wants are, what their needs are, and how we can do that in their budget. So whether they're doing this because they want to live there for the next 20 years, or if they are doing it because they're getting ready to call a realtor like yourself to help them list their home for sale. So depending on what they want, I kind of steer them in the right direction that way.
Cool. So when someone is hoping to do, something major, change wise, like do you get involved with some of that, or are you just doing the design part and then they have to find their own contractors? Like how does all of that work?
No, absolutely. So what sets me apart from my competition is that I can project manage the job. So I'm certified to manage the design part of the project. So I can help them everything from that initial design plan for their kitchen or bathroom, sourcing out the right materials for them, and bringing in the trades that can do the right project for them and oversee everything. So I did a large duplex renovation a couple years ago in downtown Waterloo,
Yeah.
and my clients were able to go about their work and travel, and I took care of managing all the trades coming in to finish the project.
I can see how that would definitely benefit your clients because I'm guessing but anyone that's going through or the thought of going through like a major change to their home, there's so many things to consider, not just the materials and the colors, but which trades can they rely on and timelines and all of that sort of stuff. So it's really cool to hear that you can help your clients through all of those steps
Absolutely.
and make the process a lot less stressful, I'm guessing, for them. And that
Right.
stress, I guess, is passed on to you, or maybe with almost 20 years under your belt, you're probably like a well-oiled machine, I would think.
I have a system in place so that, yes, we can handle all of those renovation hiccups that might come up.
That's awesome. So you had mentioned that you helped recently, like with it was a duplex, was it that
Yeah,
you had said?
it was
Are
a
there
deep.
any other recent projects that you're excited to talk about?
Well, I just finished helping a family to stage their home, and it sold
Nice.
in 6 days for 80,000 over asking.
Wow, that's awesome.
Thrilled that they can move on, and I'm happy that I was able to help them with that process.
Yeah, I can imagine that's probably a nice feeling, because obviously when you've gone into a house that's going to be put on market, you get to see how much of an impact you've made because the presentation is going to be so much better. But then when you see that it actually leads to such a successful campaign for them, that's got to be pretty rewarding, I would think.
Yeah, it is absolutely.
Thanks. Now, is there anything else that you'd say that you do specifically just to ensure that your customers and clients are satisfied? Because I would imagine a lot of repeat and referral business is probably how your business is continuing to grow, and part of that is making sure that you service them well. So, is there anything specific that you do to ensure that the client experience is as good as it possibly could be?
I follow up with them. I just make sure that I keep in contact with them so that if there's anything else that comes up, they'll think of me. And yeah, thankfully, I've been able to get a lot of repeat referral business over the last several years from those clients. So
That's nice. And you mentioned so 2005 you started, is that right?
yeah,
Yeah, so almost 20 years. So again,
yeah,
I think that speaks volumes, just the fact that you're still in business after, almost 20 years. It's
right.
for a reason, that you've been doing a great job and people want to continue to work with you and seek you out. So what kind of clients are you looking for right now?
So right now, I'm looking for those clients that, with spring here, might want to do a refresh in their home. If they want to focus on a living room or a kitchen and change out lighting, decor, furniture, any of those kind of things can really make a big impact in the way the home looks and feels for the homeowner. So those would be great clients right now.
Okay. And again, because I don't understand fully your industry. So when say a design client, wants to hire you, so the process starts obviously with a phone call or an email, or they come to your website, I'm guessing, and reach out to you, raising their hand that
Right.
they want, to talk to you, and then you come for a consultation, and then you kind of take it from there. Is that normally how it works?
I will actually start with a discovery call first so that we can have a conversation about what all it is they're looking to help so that it helps me prepare for our first meeting and our first consultation. So once we've kind of figured out timelines and what they're looking for help with, then I go and meet them in person. We do the design consult. It's usually an hour to 2 hours, depending on what all we're doing. And then we can make a set plan and go forward with a budget and help them to redesign or redecorate their home.
And then I guess depending on how large or how big of a scope, the project entails, I guess that was what would more determine what was possible as far as starting a project, or do things kind of just start right at the beginning, I guess, because there's a lot of things to do before things are, demoed. You have to, I guess, work on designs and colors and materials and all of that stuff while you're waiting for the trades, I would imagine.
Absolutely. Sometimes the planning actually takes longer than the actual renovating part itself. There is a lot of planning involved so that we can make sure that we have the right permits in place and the right tradespeople to do the jobs. So there is that, and I help the clients to manage all of that behind the scenes as well.
Yeah. And again, I'm just curious because with the economy being what it is right now and interest rates being what they are, have you noticed any changes in your business or in the industry as far as people's ability and willingness to go forward with some projects that they didn't maybe think twice about in the past when money was cheap to borrow?
Well, right now I am finding that projects that do want to make clients that want to make changes to their home, we're doing it in kind of like piecework. We might start with one room and then move on to the kitchen and then tackle the bathroom.
Mm,
So rather than doing everything all at once, which, a couple of years ago, people were open to that,
yeah.
we're now doing it more in stages, which is fine. And it makes it easier for the clients to manage that way too.
I can imagine it not, well, I can't imagine a scenario because I've been through a few renovations myself, and it's sometimes hard like to live in a home while you're doing stuff. So if you were doing maybe smaller chunks of your home, as you go, which probably makes living in your home during the renovation a little bit easier than like say a full house or a full floor type renovation. So
Exactly, and if they're fortunate enough to have friends or family that they can stay with while it's going on, that's even better.
awesome. Well, I really appreciate your time. I'm curious, is there anything else that you would like to share, with us before we let you go?
Just that it is spring and it's staging season, so if there's any other realtors out there that are looking for help to make their listings that much better for their clients, I'd love to help them out, so
Awesome. And for people that are watching this, I'm going to have all of Maureen's contact information probably flashing across your screen as you watch this. And for those that are listening to it in the show notes, I'll have Maureen's contact information there as well. And if they just even typed into Google Maureen Cage, and Rich Interiors is the company name, correct?
right,
Yeah. So I'm sure they can find you online too if they even just search for you by name or for the company name.
for sure.
Awesome. Well, thank you again very much for being here. I really appreciate your time. And again, I know I'm going to continue to use you whenever I can. You've really helped me knock it out of the park with some of my listings, and you've always done a fantastic job. So I'm very thankful that I know you, and hopefully some people will meet you for the first time as a result of us getting this out there in the world. And again, I think they're going to be very thankful that they bumped into you again if they do meet you down the road. So,
Great, thanks, Andy.
okay. Well, I hope you enjoyed that conversation as much as I did. If you need anyone to help you with your interior design or home staging needs, again, just give Maureen a shout. And if you know of any other local businesses here in Waterloo Region that might want to appear on the show, please pass on my name to them. I would love a chance to meet them and interview them as well. If you need me for anything, I'm here for you. Just let me know. Thanks again for watching and listening. Hope you're having a great day.